2 hours ago, earlier today, Elizabeth Warren said this. The number of words in Trump's inaugural address about renaming the Gulf of Mexico, renaming Denali Mountain, and retaking the Panama Canal, 213. Number of words about making housing, healthcare, or childcare more affordable, 0. This is a completely disingenuous statement from her. I would probably call it a lie of omission, goes under another name, which would be cherry picking. Trump, in his inaugural address, for anyone that saw it, had already placated all of that with a much broader wording, which was simply, and I have it here directly from his inaugural address. I encourage you to go to a myriad of websites that have published the full text of his address, including several from the government. The White House website certainly has it too. But in his address, he said, I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. So put differently, that certainly sounds like making things more affordable for people. So does this. America will be a manufacturing nation once again, as does this statement from the address. We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bringing down cost prices. So that certainly sounds to me, unlike what Warren is trying to intimate to you, that he cares about things like housing costs or childcare costs. Also important, immediately after he did this address, in the next 48 hours, Trump unleashed a torrent of executive orders, many of which addressed those very things. Like off the top of my head, he did one. He wants to have a $10,000 tax credit for families that have homeschool kids. And there were a whole bunch of other ones, which don't take my word for it. You can go and look those up also on the White House website. So they would have been important for her to have mentioned that. Again, she only made this post 2 hours ago. So Trump has already made those executive orders, and she's trying to masquerade as though he doesn't care. She wants you to think that he doesn't care about those things under the premise of that he, quote, didn't mention them. So it's just kind of multiple layers of being disingenuous. I used to love Elizabeth Warren, by the way. Not love her, but I liked her 10 years ago. Perhaps biased by the fact that I'm from Massachusetts originally. But the more I hear stuff like this, it's like someone like her seems like a hack to me and a fraud. And they lose all credibility that when someone like her from now on, when she's talking about Trump being slick, I don't want to listen to that ever again. Put what you think in the comments.